It looks like this year will be the biggest Songkran ever at RCA. But I'm not going to be able to show it to you because I could go to jail for 5 years or have to pay 15,000 US dollars. And you should listen because that could happen to you as well. No photos, video clips of live broadcasts of nudity, lewd acts, or inviting consumption of alcohol should be published on Thai social media during Songkran. Such actions are illegal and punishable with a fine and a jail term. So you're wondering, how serious is this? Well, I woke up this morning, it's April 11th, the Songkran parties are about to begin, and they just announced this across all the major news distribution network out here, per se. I looked up all the English sources, such as the Bangkok Post, the Tiger, Thai Visa, The Nation, and all of them are reporting that the police are gonna be posting of photos and videos on social media about the activities that are happening during Songkran seriously, and they will pursue you and put you in jail or fine you for really large sums of money. Not only if you're just the person posting it, but even if you're caught doing these acts. Now, what these acts are, that's where sort of the question lies, and what I've been trying to wrap my head around, because honestly, it's sort of been like this every year, where right before Songkran, the police will say that they will start cracking down on different activities during Songkran for actually very good motives and reasons. I'll go ahead and explain those reasons later, but I just don't want you to end up in jail or paying large fines for just doing what seems like is following the crowd, what everybody else is doing. So just how serious is this warning from the police? First of all, the person that put out this information was Police Colonel Siriwat Dipor, who I know I'm butchering his name, but is the Deputy Commander of the Technology Crime Suppression Division. If you're not aware, actually Thailand has a cybercrimes division, and they're actually quite good at tracking down who posts what on social media, and they're quite skilled at finding out the perpetrator. So if you think you can just sort of get lost in the crowd and everyone's just sort of posting different things, I wouldn't count on it. If you do post something that is violating this law, expect to get found out. In all fairness, I do want to say, however, before I continue, that my experience, as I have said before, with the Thai police is that they are relatively reasonable. You know, they do generally use their discretion, and things aren't as horrible as it sounds. And that's why I generally don't want to put any fear into anybody or make you afraid of coming to Songkran at all. But I did want to make this video as I believe that this isn't something that foreigners are aware of, and the police said that they aren't going to make any exceptions whether or not you're aware of this law. What is explained in further detail as far as what you can and cannot do is, and this is according to the Tiger, where I got this information, but a lot of other news outlets have confirmed this as well so far. It states, Siriwat explained that if pictures or video clips of Songkran revelers wearing sexually provocative clothing were posted online, those postings or sharing them could be charged with violating the Computer Act and subject to a maximum 5-year jail term and or a maximum 100,000 baht fine. It's sort of, I guess, vague. And honestly, that's, I think, where Westerners would have an issue with what's being put out there, as we generally like things very clear. So it doesn't really just say nudity or exactly define what sexually provocative is, but it's just, if it's sexually provocative and they feel that way, I mean, based on their discretion, you could be going to jail for 5 years. I mean, the 100,000 baht fine probably is less of an issue for us, but going into a Thai jail for 5 years is something that would put the fear of God in anybody. So, I mean, you're now thinking, well, as long as I don't just post pics or pictures, just keep it to myself, then I should be fine, right? But he further on goes to explain that those captured by photographs or video clips could also be charged with performing a shameful act in public by indecently exposing themselves or committing other indecent acts under the Criminal Code Section 388, which carries a maximum fine of 500 baht. By the way, guys, in all fairness, 500 baht is only like $15. I mean, it's just relatively a slap on the wrist. So, yeah, to some degree, to us foreigners, I guess we could just use our best judgment and discretion and not do anything that is just too out of the line. Definitely just don't do anything that's nude. I mean, maybe you're wearing a shirt and somehow it rips or whatever the case. I think you'll be fine, you know, as long as you cover yourself up or whatnot. And worst case scenario, it seems like you're only paying about $15 fine, which I think is relatively fair. But this is the part that sort of concerned me. According to the Tiger, but he went on, social media posts inviting others to drink alcohol was also subject to a maximum 1-year jail term and a maximum 500,000 baht fine. Other indecent posts or live streaming deemed against society's good morality and the law could also face legal action. Not a cheap amount, even to a foreigner's expectation of paying a fine out here. That is roughly about 15,000 US dollars. And even 1 year is a long time to be in a Thai jail. Now, why this sort of is a concern to me, and why I have decided not to post any RCA videos other than just them setting up during the daytime, is that I think it's almost impossible for me to show you RCA without showing you some kind of lewd act or sexually provocative something, or I mean, it could even be interpreted as me inviting others to drink, because as you saw, there's RCA is a club, so this is where people go generally, I mean, being a club where you get sexually provocative and you drink. I don't think there is any, like, I don't think anyone's hiding this fact. I mean, you see the sponsors up there. You see all the major alcohol companies out there promoting and, you know, having you drink. And I don't know, it's just, as a Westerner, if you go there, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong if Thais don't do this, but as Westerners, when we go to a club, we cheer and we offer others drinks, etc. So it's quite hard to portray not inviting others to drink. Now, in all fairness, the reason they're doing this, let me explain it from the police's point of view is that there have been increasing deaths during the Songkran period. It's almost the same as America or any other Western country. When you have a party or a big holiday, people tend to die and people tend to get into horrible car accidents. But Thailand, I believe it's quite bad because to my understanding, last year it was over 400 deaths with drunk driving related issues. So for the past couple of years, the police have been cracking down on not drinking. However, the reason I am giving you guys a warning this time is that this year it seems to be that they're actually trying to crack down on, us as party goers, somehow maybe influencing younger children to do this, which I certainly am not. If you're coming to RCA, I don't even recommend you drive out here or even get a designated driver. I just recommend that you take a taxi and you don't endanger people's lives. And if you look at my channel analytics, I really don't have any viewers under the age of 25. So all my viewers are relatively older and they're generally Westerners. So it may not be applicable to me. But the other part that you should be aware of is that you cannot just claim ignorance in this case, because according to the Bangkok Post, the anti-technology crime police can locate wrongdoers and take them to justice wherever they are, Police Colonel Siriwat stressed. Once arrested, they cannot claim the acts were unintentional or were not aware of laws in order to escape the penalties. Indecent video clips and photos have been seen on the internet more often in recent Songkran festivals, but they are unacceptable in the Thai cultural context, Police Colonel Siriwat said. We don't want any person to imitate these acts. We must keep a good Songkran tradition, he said. So this is when I will inform you that as of today, and being informed of this, in my attempt to respect the Thai authorities and keep to their wishes, I will not only not feature any videos from the RCA nightlife this year, I will further take down my previous videos, as it seems that it is unacceptable that anybody imitate any of the acts that will be going on around here, because I really do not see how it can be not sexually provocative or lewd or inviting of drinking alcohol. Now, in all fairness, I believe that this is maybe the strictest interpretation of what was said, and I would really like a Thai person who maybe got this message in Thai to explain if there was something lost in translation. But the way that these 3 English news outlets have put it out there, it seemed quite serious that they weren't gonna accept anything. There wasn't really any kind of clear definition as far as to exactly what a provocative image is, what exactly is inviting of alcoholism or promoting it to others. So, I mean, I don't want to mess with that. At the end of the day, I made this channel to be informative and to make sure that everybody who comes out to Thailand has a great time. And I am in no ways making this video to scare any of you or to tell any of you not to come to Thailand, but just to inform you without any bias as to this news, exactly what's put out there and what the authorities want this year as far as Songkran is concerned. I still think it's going to be an amazing festival. There's definitely a lot of traditional events planned, such as at Lumpini Park. I understand they're moving a Buddha statue there for you to take part in cultural activities and many wholesome family activities, which I believe Thailand wants to promote this year, which I support. And I also want to further state that because of the sensitivity of this issue, I will also further ask you not to put anything in the comments that makes any kind of judgment on this issue. As far as my official stance and the stance that I want you to be able to take from this is just be able to respect the Thai authorities in this case and follow the wishes of the Thai people. There may be changes in the future. It might become even more strict as it has for the past couple of years. If you liked how Songkran was before, all I can say is, like any other experience out here in Asia, please come out here and experience it before it changes, because Thailand, like any other country in the world, whether it be Western or Eastern, is in a constant state of change. And what was there before, you shouldn't take it for granted. So I'll just keep my previous Songkran experiences as unique, interesting, happy memory for me, and I simply look forward to the newer Songkran experiences that will come. So whatever the case, am I still gonna go out and enjoy the festivities here? Yes. Do I think I'll be arrested for just attending an event here? I honestly don't think so. And I stress again, the Thai authorities are actually relatively reasonable. It's just, I think a lot gets mixed in the translation, and me understanding the Western perspective, having grown up in a Western country, know that this is sort of very weird for them to put out a law and they say it's not clearly defined, and it seems like it's sort of up to the whims of the authority to prosecute it the way they seem fit. So just, you guys can still have fun without taking videos, putting up on social media. We weren't doing this, 20 years ago, I guess. We're still on VHS. And I guarantee you'll still have fun. And in all fairness, if you sort of read between the lines, I'll show you what I mean by that. Alright guys, so although it is quite vague what they mean by lewd acts or sexually provocative, based on this, I would think it is do not take off your clothes, no inappropriate touching or body contacts. So as long as you're not taking off your clothes and touching people, I think most likely you'll be fine. And as far as promoting drinking, I think they mainly do not want to promote and influence people under the age of 20. And being that you have to be sort of 20 to get into these clubs, for the most part, I think you'll be okay. Now, I don't want to claim that I have legal authority over it, but this is just sort of what's posted out there and the rule of the land. But as far as taking photos or videos and putting it on the internet, that's where I think you can get far more scrutiny. Whatever the case, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm so sorry I am not going to be able to bring you all the videos from Songkran that I have planned this year. Trust me, it's much of a disappointment to me as it will be to you. But at the end of the day, I have to respect the authorities, and I do it wholeheartedly. And I can sympathize with them wanting to do something about all these road accidents and the drunk driving, and me being just a guest here, have no further thing to say except offer my support for that situation. And I hope everyone, Thais, Westerners coming to Thailand, can have an amazing Songkran experience in whatever form it may be this year and whatever form it may be in the future.
Thanks again guys for checking out this video. If this is your first time, be sure to check out our channel for more vlogs released Saturdays and our longer discussion and walking videos released Wednesdays. I've color-coded our main vlogs with the black sidebars as opposed to our longer form discussion or walking videos with pink or no sidebars for your convenience. Be sure to also check out our Facebook and Instagram pages to keep up to date and communicate with us, and remember, we also have our second channel, Traveling Asia, that's dedicated to our international travels as well.